Yes, you've been conditioned to sickness and disease as a truth. You've been conditioned to lack and scarcity, or the need to work hard for anything, to be worthy of anything. You've been conditioned to broken relationship. You've been conditioned to the frustration. You've been conditioned to the anxiety. You've been conditioned to the power struggles. You've been conditioned to the absence of respect, the absence of consideration, the absence of care, and therefore you fight for those things in your relationship and you defend yourself from the absence, therefore perpetuating its existence. And that's why you continue to experience it in your relationship idea. Hello and welcome to this presentation of Consciousness Ascending. My name is Benny Ferguson, and today's channeling session is titled Correcting the Present Moment. In today's channeling session, we discuss how your current reality is based on yesterday's expressions. We discuss how it's possible to see the results of your energy expressions almost immediately. And we discuss how your dominant ideas can be resisting your desired experiences. At the end of the presentation, check the description to get more information on free trainings, books, our monthly interactives, and to see if you qualify for the all-inclusive incubator for aspiring conscious creators that we call the Ascension Accelerator. We are extremely excited for each of you, and we are excited to be of support. Conscious creators, let's talk about changing or correcting the present. You understand that your current present moment, if and as you are unconsciously creating that which is your reality, is based on the precursor of your yesterday's expressions, your vibrational expressions, a culmination of your mental expressing the ideas, the thought patterns, the consistent thought patterns. Have you noticed that you consistently think a certain way? You think a certain way about relationship with consistency, its possibility, its lack of possibility. You think a certain way about your overall life experience and the level of comfort and confidence that you have, or the level of fear that you have. You think in that manner with a level of consistency. You think about the abundance that is present, or the lack of abundance that is present, with a level of consistency. You think about the potential of your well-being or the lack of well-being with a level of consistency. So in order to change or correct your present moment, your present moment, current reality experience, you must address and begin to create a new momentum as it relates to that which was expressed yesterday. Now, can you immediately see results from your expressions? Absolutely. You can begin to express in a polar different manner than you once did, and you can begin to see the results of your expression immediately. A smile can beget a smile, just as anger can beget anger. Love can beget love, just as hate can beget hate. It will be reflected and can be reflected quickly in the mirror of experience. And as you play and practice with this, you might say, yes, we can see that. That happens quickly with emotion, but what about the money? Well, the money is no different. The relationship is no different. The health and well-being is no different. But you must allow it in these ideas in which you do not see yourself to have any other control. There's nothing else you can do other than the thought patterns and how you feel, i.e. walking up to the cashier at the store and intending in the highest and expecting in the highest and feeling in the highest. That's all that you can do. And yet you see the result of that. And even if you do the opposite, if you step up to the counter and you have cultivated anger as you have stood in line, and you express that way toward the cashier, it is highly possible that that fear, that level of vibration, that type of vibrational frequency expressed is reflected back to you in some manner or fashion between your experience with the cashier and as you make your way out the door. It's highly possible, highly likely. But then you say, well, what about these other areas? Well, in these other areas, you have resistance to the reflection in the mirror. You have beliefs in the opposite direction that are rooted, anchored as dominant ideas in the opposite of a smooth and seamless allowing, a free-flowing allowing of the experience to materialize. With your money, you feel as though it is predicated on a job or a career. And so when you begin to try to sow the idea of abundance and allow the idea of abundance, you have many ideas that you have been sown, that have been implied, that are dominant within you, that you must begin to release, that you must contend with in order for the free flow of abundance to occur in your experience. There's the idea of a job. There's the idea of work. There's the idea of career, of which you have been programmed that this is the only way abundance can enter your life. This is the only way money or finance can enter your life, and it's not true. It's not true for many all over the world. But you believe it firmly, and therefore it is a truth for you. So there are ideas that you must release when it comes to abundance or money. There are ideas that you must release when it comes to beautiful relationship and its experience. There are ideas that you must release when it comes to health and well-being that you have been believing in all of your life, that you have been conditioned to. Yes, you've been conditioned to sickness and disease as a truth. You've been conditioned to lack and scarcity, or the need to work hard for anything, to be worthy of anything. You've been conditioned to broken relationship. You've been conditioned to the frustration. You've been conditioned to the anxiety. You've been conditioned to the power struggles. You've been conditioned to the absence of respect, the absence of consideration, the absence of care, and therefore you fight for those things in your relationship, and you defend yourself from the absence, therefore perpetuating its existence. And that's why you continue to experience it in your relationship idea. Correcting, changing the present moment. Correcting the present moment requires that you begin to express that which you desire with consistency. Begin to build a level of momentum, even if you do not see its experience materialize right now as your reality. Begin to express with a level of consistency that which you intend to experience. Begin to become aware of that which you are believing in that contradicts, that resists, that is in conflict with that which you desire to materialize as experience. And where do you see this? You see it in your thoughts. Your thought patterns tell you what your dominant ideas are. You say you want beautiful relationship, but you think otherwise. That is an indicator, a firm indicator of that which you truly believe. And then you apply this to all areas. Now, with this being true, it is also true that you can see in your thought patterns as new ideas are being sown and are becoming dominant. For the thought patterns born of those dominant ideas begin to make themselves known in your thought patterns. The more you begin to think about abundance, the more you begin to think about wealth, the more you begin to see yourself in that fashion, you know that that idea is becoming dominant. The more you begin to think about well-being, connectivity, beauty, the more you begin to see yourself experiencing these things in your mind's eye, you know that these ideas are becoming dominant. The more you see yourself successful, the more you see yourself strong, the more you see yourself as worthy, as valuable. These ideas are becoming dominant. And this is a beautiful thing because your desired manifestations, materializations are first seen within before they are seen outside of yourself, externally. And so you look for them. You reinforce the new ideas with excitement and joy and electric creative fire, that they might become dominant with the highest fuel sourcing their existence, that they might quickly become stronger and more dominant than anything that resists them. It would help it if you're simultaneously going about the play and practice of releasing old ideas. But the faster you can make an idea that you desire to be dominant, bigger, brighter, bolder, more expansive, and stronger than an old idea, and then you begin to focus on that, and you begin to look for its materialization, its manifestation as thought patterns and as feelings that you are consistently entertaining within, it will quickly become dominant. And when it becomes dominant, it will offer through you a state of being that resonates the truth of that experience materialized, and then so that the materialization of that experience must be. Just as that which you are experiencing now is true and has a level of consistency, whether it's what you want or do not want, that which you have sown in becomes a dominant idea and establishes a new state of being will become your consistent expressing, whether it's what you want or don't want. Also, you are entertaining ideas all the time that you are not experiencing yet, that you are not accepting of. But the minute you begin to accept an idea, the minute you begin to allow it to be sown, or you begin to sow an idea with repetition, as it becomes dominant, you begin to think about it often, feel about it often, and then there's a point where it materializes as experience through collaborative components. And if this is true, and has been true as you moved about your life experience unconsciously, it must also be true as you move about your life experience consciously, attempting to create experience. But you must understand that you are contending with old ideas, especially those ideas that are important to your life, that you feel are important to your survival, well-being, abundance, wealth, finance, money, relationship, all of those things that you deem important, that you're highly emotional about. You must understand that you have ideas within you that are conflicting with their effortless expression. And you must either be about the play and practice of releasing those ideas, or making the new idea as big and as bright and as strong as quickly as you can, that it might be bigger, brighter, more dominant than anything that preceded it and that conflicts with it. This is the play and practice. The more fronts that you are addressing your inner being, the faster you will transform. But any effect is a positive effect. This is what we desire for you to know. This is what you must understand. We are thankful, grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We're here for you from our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, offering that which we know will transform your life. We honor you. We celebrate you, and we love you. We love you. We love you.